Hello, YouTube. It's Silver Age Dave. I'm in the comic room. Today is Sunday, and I just had some books I need to file away, and I thought I'll just go live. We'll see what happens. If anyone shows up, that's good. If everyone's busy, that's good. Nothing exciting today to really talk about or go through. So hey, looks like there's a few people showing up. So good morning, happy Sunday to anyone who is out there in comic book land. I oh, Malaysia, holy moly! Hi Raven, thanks for watching. Ben, hey, how you doing? Matt, oh my goodness, good morning, guys. For me, it's 11 o'clock. But and I hope I'm not stepping on anyone's toes. Hey, Go To Geeks are here. I hope I'm not stepping on anyone's toes who had a live show. I don't really keep track of who does what. We got Bubs. Look at this. This is awesome. So again, my apologies if I'm stepping on another live show. The other night. I happen to be in my garage. I've got a bunch of long boxes that need to get filed and brought in here. And I came across a long box that admittedly, and this is almost a little embarrassing, when I started flipping through it, I became frustrated because I thought I'm really getting caught up on things to file and organize. And a lot of you guys, I'm sure Go To Geeks understand this better than anyone. When you have a lot to file into a larger collection, it can be a little defeating sometimes. And so I found this box. Hey, how you doing, Roger? Michael, good morning. So I found this box in my garage, and I don't know when or where. It might be a recent one that I picked up. It might be old. Vin C's in the house. Everyone say hi to Vin C. And I thought with if everyone's bored this morning, has a little time to kill, I'll just go through it. Night Tiger has a contest, and I haven't been doing contests that much, but I thought, well, one works with the other, so I don't even know if it's an official entry. I'm not really going to consider it that, but I'm just going to go through and show you guys what I have in there. Ahead of time, I got asked a question by a YouTuber named Carl, and he had watched an old video I had done. It was, I think the title was "I Love eBay, but Do Your Homework," and I talked about this book, which is Thor 338. It's one of my favorites, and he commented in there that he checked Overstreet and he just doesn't see the value. Is he missing something? It was a very respectful question. Chances are, Carl, if you do happen to catch this, yeah, I'm a treasure. My parents said, let's bury it, right? Is that where you're going, Vinci? So that's an old joke, right? So Carl asked about it because I highlighted this book. I sold my copy accidentally, and then I went out and I bought this copy for like $40 less than I sold the other copy for. And Carl's right on the money. There's really no I think high economic value in 338. The story's cool, I think. It's Thor and Bill going at it, and Bill beats Thor yet again. And but what I love about it is I bought it off the rack in multiples, and it's an homage cover to 126, which is the first. It's number one Thor basically after Journey into Mystery. So it's always special to me. Of course, in the Simonson run back then, the book with the probably better value to most people is 337, which I don't have a CGC copy of. But anyway, that's answering Carl's questions. These comics were not in the comic box. I just had them out just to answer that question, Carl. So I have no idea who that Bill is, LOL. Well, Beta Ray Bill, maybe... not everyone knows, but Vince, you're just a baby. Old guys like the Go To Geeks and Metarog, and we understand what this is all about. So Anyway, just kidding. I think Vince knows plenty. So I'm going to put these away, and I'm just going to start working through the box. This one was inside the box, and there's a whole lot of controversy. Hey, PMC out of Chicago, how you doing, sir? A lot of controversy surrounding Captain Marvel, and I thought I'd get so political right now and weigh in on it. Is frankly, I don't care if you go see it or you don't go see it. I don't go see movies because of my own reasons. I don't have a lot of time, and I don't contribute a lot to going to see movies or TV for that matter. So it's not necessarily political. It's just I just don't do it. I really haven't seen most of the Marvel or DC movies for that matter. I haven't seen most of the Star Wars movies now. The first three are what I consider to be Star Wars movies. And so I saw this though, and as a comic collector, I said, dang, that looks beautiful. So that's gonna, that's something that caught my eye in there. That's probably as political as we're gonna get on this channel. Hey, good morning, Cajun Comics. So anyway, this is just a box that I found the other day, and I don't think I've gone through it with you guys. There's some, it's just a crazy mix of stuff. There's some newer stuff. There's some older stuff. Thanks, Brad. Thanks for watching and stopping in. So I'm just going to go through these, and we're just going to stack them and rack them. And if it's a book you like and you want to say something about it, go ahead. I'll try to keep an eye on the chat, but mostly I'm just going to unbox. Night Tiger's question in his contest, check out his channel, was what's the first box you go to? And I think he was alluding like box for A, or he didn't want to see a high value box. And the first box I go to is always, the next box. So, that's what this is. This is a box that I have to alphabetize and file. So that's what we're going to go through, and I'll show you guys what I got in here. It's Convergence number 1 and 2. We've got a Hawkman number 0. All right. We've got Convergence number 1, Green Lantern. Like I say, it's a mix of stuff. You know what? I better keep these in. They're not in alphabetical order. Heck, I'm just going to mix them up. They're all over the place. The World of Smallville number 1. This is going to be kind of like a tribute Go-To Geeks video now that I'm thinking of it, because we do get into some older stuff and some newer stuff. They've got such an interesting channel. I love watching it. Great stuff as always. Thanks, Brad. I really like this All-Star number 1. There is an All-Star recalled comic, I believe, and I can't remember what issue number it is, maybe 10. Someone out there probably knows. This is 52, week 52. It ends here, which is bagged and boarded. A lot of these are bagged and not boarded. That doesn't affect me. I'm going to rebag and reboard anyway. I got a kick. I was watching Bat Avenger the other day, and man, did he ever have a haul. If anyone saw that, I think it was 2 nights ago that he put it out. Well, I saw it yesterday, and he talked about how when he gets into, boxes at his LCS, he loves the boxes where they're old and tattered bags. Hey, welcome, Perry Comics. Thanks for showing up and checking this out. This is just a random box I found. So Bat Avenger loves it when the bags are beat up because he knows what's inside is a treasure, but most people don't know it's a treasure. Hey, that's cool, Brad. Some signed ones. These DC Adventure books, everyone knows about the Batman or Batgirl Adventures number 12, Batman Adventures. And that's a cool series, but there's also Superman Adventures and Justice League Adventures. There's a whole bunch of them. And I think the art is cool. And so I've started to put together some runs on those. Jeff Comic 813, welcome, my friend. Beat up bags are beautiful. That's what, yeah, absolutely, Matarog. You know how it works. The bag did its job. Usually it protected the book. And really, nowadays, I think if you had something that was real special or high value, you could probably clean it. I mean, there've been a lot of changes in the industry. This is a 20th anniversary Hellboy special of some sort, a sampler. So maybe it's got a mix of stuff. So that's kind of neat. And I've had a lot of questions recently on how to get the deals. This is, correct me if I'm wrong, Robin, this is the Series 1 or Volume 1, which I think there was only 5 comics in the series. So that's number 5. I think that's what's going on there. Speaking of bags, this came in a collection, oh, not all that long ago, which was cool. It was actually, there was a book inside of here, but this is one of the original Robert Bell plastic covers. And so I do keep historic stuff like this. I've got an area where I keep old bags and, you know, comic store logos and things like that. But anytime you can find stuff, you know, there's treasure everywhere. It's sometimes people don't know what to look for, or they don't think to look for it. And rather than that stuff getting thrown out, I like to hold on to it. Aquaman number 4. Yeah, Metarog knows. He knows what that is. You know what? We'll put that Robert Bell over here in front of Captain Marvel. There you go. Shadow Pact. I think that's what that says, number 10. And I just, you know, the thing about, yeah, you know what? I just answered someone's questions about bags and boards. I forget who it was. I'll think, oh, KBDM asked me on my video the other day. They asked me if the BCW, if the new bags I buy, if they wrinkle. And, you know, my comment on that, just going to flip through these. This is 804. My comment on that is, I think the products used to last better, and the EPA has made companies get rid of all the good chemicals. And I'm saying good with a quote unquote. Yeah, they give you cancer or whatever they give you, but they held up better. I was a fan of the old lead paint. I grew up, my family business was in the commercial industrial painting business, and I still use oil-based paint in my home on trim and woodwork, but it's not the same as the old oil-based paint used to be. It had a lot better ingredients in it, and so as it pertains to bags, I think the bags used to have better ingredients in it. That was Superman number 39 from the New 52. Green Lantern, Renegade. Now what you guys are seeing is these books as is. Hey, Kyle Walker's in here. Good morning. I hope I'm not missing anybody. I'm following along in the chat just a little. This is just a random box, just for review again. And there's some older stuff and some newer stuff, but people have been reaching out to me, you know, over probably the last year, asking me, how do you get the deals, or do you have any tips? And the thing is, you gotta hunt. If you're only going to the LCS, then someone else is doing the hunting. I mean, you're gonna find deals. Bad Avenger is a perfect example, but there's other places to search for books. You stumble across things sometimes. Superman number 41, and a lot of the things that I get aren't things I'm looking for. You know, when I buy random boxes of comics, that's just it. You're getting the good, the bad, and the ugly. And, the good thing is I love them all. These are all polybagged. So, it's funny. I don't know who bought this. It says, well, it's got a name on here, so I'm not going to show it, the name. But, these were never even opened. And, historically, I don't pay that much when I'm buying a collection. So, they paid $3.99, whatever the subscription discount is. Yeah, McDonald's in the old styrofoam. So, Raven, coincidentally, anyone who wasn't here at the very beginning, Raven was the first, I think, comment on this chat. Raven is from Malaysia, which I think is pretty awesome. So we have number 37 there. Again, these are all in the mailers, so it's someone who was collecting, but never really even read them. So, you know, go figure. Stuff like this is out there. I might have paid 5 cents a piece for these. I mean, if I added up with the good stuff that's in the box, and I'm saying good respectfully, a lot of us in the community will say, "Man, that looks beautiful," like that, you know, Captain Marvel. It's pretty beat, but you know, a lot of people will call that the good stuff. I call it all the good stuff, but you know, if we dollar cost average, or if we say, hey, I paid 5 cents a piece, but really I paid $20 for that one, and these other ones were free. It's all in the, you know, the way you do the math, I guess. But when you buy collections, you're getting just this wild mix of books that is all over the place. And if you happen to see something in here, you know, that you say, wow, that's $1,000 issue, then you gotta tell me, because otherwise I wouldn't know. There's a homage cover. Speaking of homage covers, yeah, not all of them, Roger. There's stuff like, um, you know, we'll get to exciting stuff. There's some old stuff. It was a collector. I'm gonna put those back. I'll let them come out in the order they're. You know, basically this is the order I got them, and I don't think I've gone through the box, but some of these are subscription books. Yes, the Superman and the Green Lantern, boom. You know, that's basically the person that bought them, and I don't know if I bought them from that person, or you know, I stopped labeling stuff quite a while ago. That's a pretty cool one, World War. You know, buying collections this way, I end up with a lot of stuff I don't know much about. But then when I do get free time, once I'm done, you know, reorganizing the room in 30 years, however long this is going to take me, then I can sit down and I can start reading some of the things that maybe I'd missed out on. Adventures of Superman, number 646, Greg Rucka on that. All right, let me put these back. And I think in this, the reason this box eluded me a little bit is it was all newer stuff in the beginning. And so I was in the garage the other night. I was real tired, had a long day, and I just, you know, grabbed a box, just start flipping through it, and I thought, oh, you know, what's this? Like, oh, it's work to do, which is a blessing. I love having it, but I was just tired. And as I flipped through, there's Omega Men number 13. As I flip through and I start seeing the mix in I'll call it the diversity of comics, I was pretty happy with it. I mean, you know, stuff comes my way. I try not to figure out why it came my way. Hey, hopefully everyone is subbing each other up. I'm keeping an eye here a little bit on the chat. The Young All-Stars. Star Trek Generations. Someone asked me the other day, a local friend, we went out for a run, and he was asking me if I get into Star Trek. And I have a lot of Star Trek, but Star Trek seems to be an odd area within the comic community, because you have guys that are just diehard Star Trek people, and then you have guys that are diehard comic people, and I don't know what the crossover is. I don't know how many guys go to both ends of the spectrum. Caleb Comics, how you doing? Good morning. Steel number 24. Then we have, oh, okay, yeah, we got a Web of Spider-Man. Seems like there's always Web of Spider-Mans in there. I can't remember if this was anything special. Number 74. Hey, Kyle, thanks for stopping in, buddy. I see Perry Comics. We've got 751 right there. JLA Black Baptism. I'm going to pick up the pace just a little bit on some of these. I think the Green Lantern expert would certainly be Thanatos. Uh, he'd put my knowledge on Green Lantern to shame, I'm sure. Hey, Mastodon Comics, how are you this morning? Aquaman number 4. More Green Lantern. Yeah, someone was a big Green Lantern fan, and just never read them. They're in the unopened bags, and I never know what to do with the unopened bags. Sometimes I put literally that poly bag inside of a bag in a board and keep them that way. I'm not sure what I'll do with these. Sometimes I feel guilty cutting the bags. So there's 44, Green Lantern. Okay, let's see what we've got here. I'm going to take out a little bigger stack, and maybe I'll, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to clear the desk a little bit. I've got another long box set up next to me here on an angle, so I can just flop the books in there. They were pretty unalphabetized, so I don't feel guilty about mixing them up. Superman number 40, a lot of newer stuff here in the beginning. There's 46, Green Lantern. Again, all polyed, just crazy. Tech Comics number 40. Oh, do they really, Bubs? Yeah, I guess that would make sense. But these, it's got the, yeah, you're probably right that it'd have acid. It's ink printed. It's pretty thin. I might open those. That might be a good suggestion. So what do we got here? This looks like a commemorative. It's number 75, but there's a pin back, or a little pin button with an RIP on it. So that's kind of cool. So they opened the poly. All right. So like I said, it's crazy. When I started flipping through this the other night, hey, Area 51 Mike. He's got a great con video series he just did. If anyone's not subbed to Area 51, check it out. Barbarian Kung Fu, how you doing? Good morning. Kung Fu is his home base is not too far from Silver, so we might do a get together. I think one of these days. That would be very cool if you're back home visiting. So this one was in there. So it's funny because you have all that I call it new stuff, and then all of a sudden we've got Superman number 238, and it's in really, really great condition. I'll get up close and personal on it. You know what? And here's what's also funny. When you buy collections, the way you get these things, I'm actually going to unbag this one. And so we have, this is the old medical tape. Some of you guys might remember it was real, like ultra sticky when you put it on. But look at the bag this thing's in. Look at that thing. And really back in the old days, this was okay. It was homemade. This comic was protected as best that person could protect it. It absolutely could benefit from a cleaning, but look how well that held up. I mean, where do you find stuff like this? Look at the corners. I don't see any spine ticks on it. And so let's see, this is June 1971. And if I had to guess, this is unread. I mean, if someone read this, they were really, really careful about it. And heck, I just love that. So I'm going to cover the Robert Bell with that Superman 238. That'll be the first one to get a Mylar. Look, but hey, that's the same bag I think Bad Avenger was talking about the other day, right? It's just old and tattered and doesn't look like there's anything in it. And then you open the book and it's beautiful. So we'll put that there. Okay, so that's up. Then we jump to Blue Beetle number 18. All over the place. Legionnaires 53. 30 people. Good morning, 30 YouTubers out there. Supergirl from the New 52, number 31. We've got Deadman, number 3 from 1986. What do we got here? We've got Omega Men, number 14. spread these around a little bit. Shadow Strikes, number 14. Some of these have books facing front and back. They're just all over the place. This is number 9. What did I say this was? Shadow Pact, I think. Plastic Man, number 11. Looks like December of 04. Sounds like Mike's going back to the con. No, you know what? It's not a treasury bag because it's really not big enough for that either. It's just an odd. I think someone just had a bag at home and bagged a comic book up, literally. I think that's all that was. So we got Phantom Menace Episode 1, Star Wars, 2 of 4. I think that's what Area 51 Mike looked like as a kid. I'm sorry. Area 51, back me up on it. But I can imagine running all around Canada. You might have had this outfit. And I picture you being a rustic kind of kid out there. And anyway, I think that's what Area 51 is a kid. You got to show some kid photos of yourself. We'll see if Silver's right or wrong. There's number 3 of 4. And then there's number 4 of 4. Thanks, Raven. You know what? I would be lying if I didn't say sometimes I'm amazed myself. I love the hobby. I love collecting. And literally, there's nothing truer than this. I never expected to be able to have access to this stuff. I never anticipated, but it's patience. It's slow and steady. Hey, Charles, welcome. First timer to the channel. Well, I'm almost a first timer. I'm still new at this myself. I held off on doing live streams until just really so recently, and now they're kind of addictive. I think I'm going to run out of time before I run out of comics, so I'm going to speed a little of this up. Got Avengers, 1 of 3. It's such a crazy collection. Whoever this was that bought these books originally, you know, I feel bad sometimes when I buy collections. Usually it's, you know, when someone chooses to sell a whole collection, you know, it's usually the best of 2 bad decisions. There's an Amethyst number 1. And, you know, I run into a lot of collections, and I try to do detective work on them a little bit and figure out what the person was doing or what they were trying to do. This one almost seems like maybe someone a little younger inherited some older books and then decided to go out and start collecting for themselves, or someone who had some books and then got back into the hobby with a fury, and you know, maybe it wasn't for them, you know. Oh, this is a cool one. Check this out. This is it looks like a free handout book. Mickey and Goofy explore the universe of energy at Epcot Center. So I had never seen this one before. I you know, thought it was kind of cool. So I like sharing it. Hey, good morning, Dr. Von Chilla. So guys who joined later, literally, this is just a box I found in my garage the other night. It's a mix of all kinds of things, new and old. I don't know what the person, you know, I really don't know much about them. That was a complimentary Radio Shack issue. And, you know, the books span all over the map on age and genre. And I just find it interesting. You know, when I come across stuff like this, you know, I don't know who I bought them from or how much I paid. I probably didn't pay all that much, as many newer books as there were. But, you know, technically you take stuff like that, and that's really what I was buying. I was buying the older stuff. I talked about these early in the show, the family adventures type things. And, you know, I like that the artwork in those, like, you know, the Batman adventures, Superman adventures, Justice League adventures. A lot of free comic book day stuff in here. That's from 2014. I'll go through those a little faster. Overstreet. There's Uncle Scrooge. Free comic book day. And if, again, like I said earlier, if there's something in here that you know something about that I don't, because I don't know that much about them, please let me know. Monarch is one of my LCSs that I frequent. Haven't frequented it in a little while. I'm gonna throw these in another box here. They're wanting to fall. The other funny thing about this is most of these poly bags are pretty new on the newer stuff. So really what I need to do, there's Spider-Man Unlimited #1. What I really need to do is just add a board on the ones that are board worthy. All right, so now, like I said, it's so crazy. It's new and old. I'm just pulling them out randomly as they came to me. Our Army at War #76. We've got a #2 written on there. This one is pretty beat and tattered. Not everything I buy is perfect, but that's okay. So it's really all over the place. Here we have, it says sample Buckeye News something company, or and look how this one's bagged. It's literally, it didn't fit, so it just slid into the side of a bag. Okay, but that's all right. Okay, I'm not judging. Here we've got a hawk and a dove. So there's what someone paid for that. This is #4. Not perfect condition. Sam's Tangled Web in here. How you doing, Sam's? Kid Colt Outlaw #145. That one looks pretty good. Not perfect. Not something I would send in grade. But, okay, then we got a Hulk 137. Adventure Comics #365. Yeah, Sam, as people have been hanging around a while, this is just a random box, new and old, all kinds of different stuff. I used to know a lot about the collections. That one says 50 cents right on it right there. So, I mean, it might have been purchased 20 years ago. This is another one that has this crazy bagging style. So this is the bag that this one's in. It's got the medical tape on it, and it's just crazy. That one's marked 50 cents too, so they bought it out of the same bin. But, these will get rebagged and reboarded. Old Man Gamer. All right. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Chris. I appreciate you, buddy. Combat Kelly Deadly Dozen #1. 20 center. Love those. What number is the Gunfighter? Western Gunfighter is #2. With the old Ghost Rider. The original Ghost Rider. Let's see. This is #117. I don't know what year it's from. It's pretty beat. I'm not going to take it out of there. I don't want to damage it, but that'll get rebagged and reboarded. I love this kind of stuff. Fantasy Masterpieces #9. Let's see what we got. And I wish I could say everything's getting older as we go, but I think it just mixes up. Hey, there's another one. There's just a bunch of these. So potentially, hey, Lazy Shade, thank you. Frazetta apparently on the Western Gunfighters. Potentially, the thing about collecting back in the day is that people went with what they had on hand. So my guess on these plastic bags is you might have had someone who either worked in a medical facility or had a family member that worked in a medical facility. My guess is these bags were readily available. They could have been for, who knows what, maybe sterilizing instruments or who knows what they were. And they had this medical tape available. Back in the day, it was as simple as that. I mean, we didn't all go to the LCS and buy bags and boards. You just, made things work. So Wanted number, looks like number 9, 50 cents, right? Let's see, Weird Western Tales number 25. Great Legend always loves his Jonah Hex, so I don't know if Legend... Hey, yeah, you know what, Kevin R? If there's a golf cover in here, it's yours, my friend. Unless it's worth a lot of money, and then I didn't say that. That's we'll see. It might be yours, Kevin R. Welcome. Kevin R is coming to Toledo next week for the Fantasticon, wherever I put that. That's our Fantasticon coming weekend. $10 in fine condition. Thanks, Kung Fu, for looking that up. That Western Gunfighters. And that looks just fine to me. I don't know. It's got a bag. Maybe that bag adds value. A historic medical bag of some sort. Weird War Tales number 3. It's a really pretty cover. Let's see. Unknown Soldier 253. Yeah, I'm going to run out of time before I run out of books, I think. I'm not wanting to stay on forever this morning. Thanks for, I got 36 people in here with me. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Weird War number 62. And I could have started with this stuff, and I thought I'm just going to do it, authentically. It's literally just how they were in the bag. This is number 159, DC Star Spangled War Stories. There's a bunch of these in there. Cowards, Yellow Bellies, come back and fight like soldiers. That's not very nice, but, war wasn't heck. It had a worse moniker than that, I guess. So here we've got number 161, Joe Kubert. Playdate sounds like fun. Playdates are always fun. RLM, hey, Russ. And this is number 162, Coward or Hero. All right. We've got, and Go-To Geeks always amaze me. They've always got this kind of stuff laying around. Just great collections. If you're not subbed to Go-To Geeks, check them out. Check each other out. Sub each other up, because there's some great people in the chat. And there's some new people. I think Perry Comics earlier, if I'm remembering right, said he was fairly new, but maybe I'm wrong. Memory's not my big thing. This is Jason's Quest number 89. That's a cool cover. Showcase featuring. So that's a Showcase 89. Secret Origins number 5. Superheroes and supervillains. You love the supervillains. This Spectre, oddly enough, I do own a couple copies of Spectre number 1. And I came across this. I'm reaching to something. This was not in the box. I talk about buying comics sometimes that don't have covers, that are just B-Tech. And I was flipping through this old issue, and look what was advertised right in there. Spectre number 1. So I'm going to eventually cut this out, bag and board it, and then that'll go with my Spectre number 1s. That's the original advertisement. So, I thought that was great. Great thing to find, something that would have gotten pulped otherwise. Hey, 4Color Commentary, how you doing? 4Color Commentary has been doing a lot of videos recently. I've been enjoying. Here we've got Black Magic number 6. Mike, if you're leaving, thank you so much for stopping in. Good luck at the con today. For Battle number 5. What a great cover. Anytime I see these Frogman type covers, I think of Ron Hensley, one of my very early subscribers from when I started the channel. I guess maybe a year and a half ago, and he's a retired Navy deep sea diver. So you know what? We're going to put you right there, Ron, if you happen to check out the video. Sleepy Reader, hey, good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. Fighting Army number 127. So, you know, it's crazy. When you buy collections, that's really almost exclusively how I buy them. You know, you get a little mix of everything. It's stuff that you wouldn't normally have gone for. That's Sergeant Rock 365. Our Fighting Forces number 149. Look at that beauty. What do we have here? Our Fighting Forces number 133. Here we've got, what is this? I don't even see it. Oh, 216. It's right there in front of my face. 1979. Yeah, it couldn't be more clear. I couldn't see that. It's got the year, the date. It's probably got everything on there. I didn't even see it. Number 216, GI Combat. I've got, I think, a pretty nice GI Combat run. You know, nowhere near complete. That's one of those series, you know, there's just so many books. And it seems anything early goes for big bucks no matter what. I'm waiting on the day when someone calls me and says, "Oh, I got these, you know, original GI Combats. I want you to have them," which does happen sometimes. Yeah, no kidding, Raven. Lots of military goodness. And then we move to the Vault of Evil, number 7, 20 center. Put that one over there. All-Star Super Squad, number 59. All right, so that would be second Power Girl, I believe. Right out of the 50-cent bin. Looks to be in okay condition. You know, not perfect. Little dings here and there. That's a cool van, huh? I always pictured Dr. Von Chill as a pretty cool character. He might have owned a van like this sometime in his past. I don't know. You never cease to amaze me, John. So let me know if you drove something like that or if you had something like that. My dad had an old, I think he had a 70, maybe a 76 Thunderbird at one point or a 72 Thunderbird. It was cool, but I was so young I didn't appreciate it. And then it was gone before I was old enough to really appreciate it. I just got that book. Which one, Kung Fu? Oh, the second Power Girl, yeah. I've shown this one off many times. This is my original copy my Busha bought off the newsstand. I remember her holding me by the hand, and I don't specifically remember this one, but I have a vague grayed out memory of this. And in picking it up just because it was so patriotic. And this was 76 when this came out. That was January, February 1976. And this comic is beat to heck. And I've got my notes on it on the back. So someday my kids know where this came from. That's one that you can't sell. And I've got multiples on it, but that's the special one. So, yep, 58 and 59. I showed off, I think a second ago, House of Yang from Modern Comics number 1. I always think of Luther Manning, Patrick, when I see House of Yang, because he and I think, are about the same age, and I think we were buying books right about the same time as young kids, and it's stuff like this that you'd come across, and you know, we weren't specifically picking out, oh, I want Hulk 181. You know, you just saw a cover and you're like, okay, hey, there's Patrick, yeah. So, you know, you just grab the thing off the rack, you know, and the store we bought from didn't have a spinner rack. It was more like a 7-Eleven type place. And they might have sold gas too. I don't remember that, but literally they had a big rack and the comics just sat in there. And they were probably beat up when you picked them off the rack. But, yeah, just stuff that jumped out. House of Yang. God bless Yang. So, Logan's Run, number 1. You know, I love that for the TV show that it was. I used to love watching that show. Farrah Fawcett, I think, was the heroine in that. So there we've got number 2. Yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness. Roger, you cracked me up, dude. He was summoned. Hey, Gumba 213. Happy Sunday, my friend. This is just a random box. I'm feeling good this morning. I wanted to go through. This is just a box, 75 cents on all these, and most of those are unread. The Logan's Run. Boy Commandos. I've amassed a whole bunch of these over the last year or so. This is of course a reprint. Simon Comics could tell you, Boy Commandos, the real #1 is where the money's at, but that's the reprint, and I love it. So I'm always happy to add those. As a kid, okay, in our age group, who didn't have the Farrah Fawcett poster, and I had a Lonnie Anderson poster that was, a similar poster, and I think I was young enough I didn't know what it was all about, but we all had that. She was certainly, Farrah Fawcett was certainly iconic. Weird War #32. Gigantic Strange Adventures. And hey, there's Simon Comics. See, we're summoning everybody. This is crazy. 40 people in the chat. Thank you, guys. Making my day. Gigantic Strange Adventures #226. It's another thing. When I watch your guys' channels and I see this stuff shown off, then just makes me smile. It's so pretty, literally, these covers. And I wonder, as long as we have some EC guys in here, was this stolen from EC? Do you think that's an EC ripoff? I mean, typically EC has the 3 circles, but that's awful similar right there. So let me know what you think, experts out there. Her head seemed made of a single piece of plastic. Well, maybe so. Maybe you're right. Hey, Barry. Thanks for joining us this morning. We got Machine Man #8. Okay, and apparently whoever bought these originally got them, 75 cents they paid for a 35 center. And my guess is I paid well less than 35 cents. 2001 Space Odyssey #1. We've got, a couple copies of that right there. Beautiful 30 cents goodness. We've got #3. Let's see. EC weren't the first to do it. They made it their standard, but there were other comics that did those bubbles before. See? Maybe, Simon, you do a video on that, and I would certainly watch it. So sub each other up, guys. There's #4, and there's another #4. So those are nice to add in. I've got quite a few of the 2001 Space Odyssey books amassed. And this is funny because they've got #1, #4, and then they've got a couple copies of #6 in there. No #8, unfortunately, but they do have a #10. Thanks, Ross. Yeah, I love them. It doesn't... yeah, it's knocking down my box. That's about half of it, guys. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to cherry pick a little so that they're not in here. Goodness gracious. I'm gonna close this off at some point, but let me grab a few of these out, and we'll cherry pick a few together that look cool. Or should I save this for another day? What do you guys think? Yeah, your 4-color commentary. You're right. You are right. They didn't have much of a following, and now they do. We've got 229 Amazing Spider-Man. That one looks beautiful. That looks absolutely beautiful, that copy. I don't think there's any ticks on it. But, heck, who knows? I used to try to figure these things out, and I'd take notes and, try to figure out who the original person was who bought them. But a collection like this is really all over the place. Marvel Saga #4. Warlord number 53. Godzilla number 22. So just like we summoned Roger, just like we summoned Luther Manning, I think I'm being summoned right now by my wife. We have a school event to go to, and so I'm gonna start wrapping it up. I don't, guys. I think this is my favorite part of today was these bags. I really don't know. I think I'm on to something with the someone just had access. Um, so that's I didn't really notice that those were in there. Superman Family 184. Hopefully, you guys have some fun things planned. I know Area 51 Mike is going to a con up in Canada, so that's going to be awesome. There's Shazam. Love Shazam, right? She was asking for it. Oh, geez. Hey, Fantastic Horde's in here. How you doing, Fantastic Horde? We're nearing the end. Maybe someone will go live after this and keep the party rolling. She was an evolution play on Hale from 2001. Well, there you go. So this is Fighting Army number 130. And then this is Fighting Army number 130. Isn't that crazy? They got a couple of them in there. Charlton 66 would probably be able to tell us all about those, but that's the kind of stuff when you're a little kid and you're looking at the comic rack. That's a great cover. Here's a Billy the Kid number 123. And there's a Billy the Kid number 123, right? Go figure. All right, guys. I don't know. I think I'm going to do a couple more here. There's about a third of the box left. So one of these days, maybe I'll go back online. And, oh, look at that. Gumba got some shoveling. We didn't get snow yet. We're supposed to get an inch later tonight. Superheroes War Against the Monsters. DC Special number 21. That's a beauty. I do love that. Guys, we're going to finish. I'm going to do 2 more books unless I see something crazy. We're going to do this one, 271, Batman. And then I'm going to finish with this one for Alex the Comic Hoarder, my best friend. And this is Flash number 208. Alex Comic Hoarder, of course, is a giant Flash fan. And so we're going to finish on that. This is a beat-up copy. It's ripped and torn and taped and tattered, and I love it all the more for that. So some kid read that and loved it to death, and you know, heck, I might read it myself later. We'll see. Elongated Man in there. Okay, guys, thank you so very much for spending some time with me. We're right about 55 minutes, somewhere in there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna holler off a big thank you to everyone. Sometimes I like to go through and shout out the names, but I think I caught most people. You know what? I'm going to shout out the names. Raven, Ben, Matt, thank you so much. Go To Geeks. We have Bub's Comics in here. We've got Michael Griffo. Metarog, of course. Vin C was in here. I think I said Bubs already. We'll give Bubs a double. You owe me money, Bubs. Poor Man's Comics, Cajun Comics. Brad was in here. Brad Koski, thank you so much. Surly Tim's Fun Bunker was in here. Thank you, Surly Tim. Perry Comics. Let's see who else we have. Jeff Comic. 813 joined us. So fun. Really appreciate it. Kyle Waka, love seeing Kyle. We had some people from all over the place. It looked like Mastodon Comics and Collecting. Let's see. Who do we have? Oh, Barbarian Kung Fu, of course, was in here. This was a little bit a tie-in with Night Tiger's unboxing or his boxing video contest he was doing. So check out his channel. If you're not subscribed, or if you are subscribed, he's got a contest going. right now. So that's why I kind of thought, oh, I'll just unbox this one. Caleb Comic Smurf was in here. Who else did we have? Let's cruise through here. That can't be it. Oh, Area 51, of course. I don't want to forget Area 51 Mike. Big part of every day. Charles. Hello, Charles. Again, first timer, maybe to the channel. Dr. Von Chilla, always a pleasure, my friend. We had Sam's Tangled Web in here. Who else we have? This sounds like a Great Legend video now. He's the king at shoutouts. Big Red Machines from Marion, Ohio. Holy moly, Big Red Machine. Maybe you're coming to the Comic-Con. Reach out to me. My email, because my private message doesn't work. There it is. Anyone who is coming to Toledo for the show next weekend, reach out. There's a few guys coming. Kevin R. was in here. I know I saw him earlier. Old Man Gamer Chris was in here. Lazy Shade. Let's see. Russ, which is RLM's Comic and Collectibles. Thank you. Four Color Commentary was in here. Sleepy Reader. Sleepy Reader does a great job breaking down books. I love his videos. Check him out. We might be getting to... I'm working from the first comment to the more recent. Simon Comics was in here. And that might... Barry Jablonski. Thanks, Barry. That might bring us to current, I think. Unless there's someone who just jumped on while I was shouting names out. Man, Fantastic Horde. Good morning, Fantastic Horde. I wish you guys the best for Sunday. I'm heading to a kids' school event, which is just awesome. Gumba 213. How can you forget about Gumba? Great channel. Love Gumba 213. Guys, watch this video and sub like crazy. All these guys in here are just awesome. All right, Comic Guy. Man, a lot of comments. Oh, Bitbiter. Well, you know what, Bitbiter, you came in at the end, but that's awesome. Hey, and you know what we're gonna do? I just noticed Mr. Chris. Yes, Mr. Chris, we're ending the show. Thanks, Mr. Chris, for being in here. You can't see Mr. Chris hanging back there, but he's back there. So, hey, Bitbiter, you know what? There's so much good YouTube. I'm sure I stepped on someone else's live show. My apologies to them, but you can always rewind it, and there's, I'm sure, plenty of great content. So make yourself a great day. As I always say, smile a lot. That changes everyone else's day, changes your own day. Make today awesome. I am thinking of you. Thanks, guys, for being part of this channel. This is, you know, all of us working together. So appreciate you. Silver Age Dave,